So this is my speech audience. Are you shown?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so plastic water bottles are considered by many environmentalists to be very unsustainable and to be doing more harm than good to our environment. Even so, many people still purchase them because they feel that they're more convenient. Something many people don't know, though, is that after you're done drinking out of a plastic water bottle, there are many things that you can do to ensure that that water bottle doesn't end up in a landfill. As an intern for a small plastic water bottle company that donated money to cancer research, I did much of this research as part of my internship. Some examples of things you can do after you're done drinking out of a plastic water bottle are upcycling, another is downcycling, and then finally recycling are all things that you can do with your plastic water bottles after you're done drinking out of them. It's uncommonly known that you can still drink out of your plastic water bottles once you're done with them. According to Oxford Dictionary, upcycling is reusing discarded objects or materials in such a way as to create a product of higher quality or value than the original. There are many things that we can turn plastic bottles into, but one of them that I came across was a vase. So, this is a vase. This was made out of someone's plastic water bottle. Once they were finished drinking out of it, they cut it and turned it into this vase. Another that I came across was a spoon. So this is the spoon, and the spoon was basically made out of a plastic bottle that has like the rivets that you get out of a vending machine, and someone cut part of it and turned it into a spoon. Another product of upcycling is just the fact that you save money. By reusing the products that you've already bought, you save money because you're not buying more things when you can use the things you bought and turn them into something else. Upcycling can be beneficial to the environment and to people day to day because they can save money by making things that they can reuse, but they also are helping the environment. Upcycling is one of the things that we can do on our own as people, but something that if you're not as crafty and you don't want to spend as much time doing something, that you can do is downcycling. The definition of downcycling is defined by the Sustainability Dictionary as most recycled industrial nutrients, materials lose viability or value in the process of recycling. This means they can only be used in a degraded form for components other than their original use. So essentially, once you throw something plastic away, it can't be remade into that same thing. One thing that plastic can be downcycled into is carpet. This is an example of that carpet. So plastics are distributed to different companies based on the type of plastic that they are, and those companies take those things and turn them into something else. So this is an example of carpet that was sent to a company and contains plastic materials, and they use those plastics to make this carpet. Another thing that plastic bottles can be downcycled into is siding for a house. And this is an example of plastic house siding that was also distributed to a company, and they were able to take that plastic and turn it into house siding. Although you lose some of the original ability of the plastic and turning it into something else by downcycling, it's better than throwing it away into a landfill because you still have that ability to turn it into something else instead of it just going to waste. Downcycling is not something that we can do on our own, but once we distribute those materials, those plastic bottles, the correct way, those materials go into the right hands and they're able to be turned into something else for someone else. Things can be downcycled by someone else, but if you want to do something else yourself, something you can do is recycle plastic water bottles. The Merriam-Webster definition of recycling is to make something new from something that has been used before. It's a commonly unknown thing that you actually can't recycle plastic bottled water. Plastic that bottled water is made in is actually not a recyclable material at all. The thing that you can do with plastic is you can upcycle or downcycle, but you can never recycle it. So, for instance, like a plastic bottle, once you throw it away, it can't be turned back into a plastic bottle, but it can be turned into other things. There are different types of plastics, as I talked about earlier, and most plastic water bottles are number one plastics. And the one plastic basically just means that it can be turned into the most amount of things, which is the best type of plastic to use. But there are other types of plastic that get distributed and turned into other things like the carpet or the house siding. Um, there's also a difference between the symbol for recycling and the symbol for something that could just be turned into something else. Plastic water bottles don't actually have the symbol for recycling. They have a symbol that just basically means that they could be turned into something else, since plastic is not actually recyclable. Um, Although plastic bottles can be recycled, there are many other things that you can do with that bottle once you're done with it. And so in conclusion, overall, plastic water bottles can be turned into something else and used again after you're done with them. One way that we've discussed is through upcycling, taking that plastic water bottle and making it into something that you can do yourself, like the spoon or like the vase. Another example of something that we talked about before is downcycling. Taking it and making it into something that may not be as great as it was before, but it's still better than it ending up in a landfill. Still making it into something that can be used. And finally, recycling. Obviously, it's not commonly known that you actually can't recycle plastic water bottles, but it's better to be informed about those types of plastic water bottles if you choose to buy them, so that you know what you want to do with them.